the Dakar visa submission and pickup, the India embassy, Dakar trip, and the trip to Belgium. And you can just read out the names, and you can have them on record. We can start. Do you understand what I'm saying? So just read out the list you have, the names you have in your list.
Okay. The first one is the Dakar trip. The first visit, that is for visa
Submission.
I think this for the Canadian, to the Canadian embassy.
Yes.
You have Nuru Adams, Aissatou Fall, Yusuf Sala, and the Lord Mayor.
Yusuf Sala.
Sala, yes.
What is his designation?
That's the driver.
And the Lord Mayor.
Yes. Aissatou Fall is PR manager. Nuru is protocol officer.
Yes, please proceed. How about the collection?
The collection, picking the visa is Aissatou Fall, the PR manager, and you have Amadou. Amadou, I'm not sure of his surname. He's a driver.
Yes, the second trip?
The other trip, that is to the Indian embassy. You have the mayor.
The invitation from the Indian embassy.
Exactly, yes.
Yes.
You have the mayor, the Lord Mayor. You have Yusufa, the driver.
Please increase your voice.
You have the Lord Mayor. You have Yusufa Sala, the driver. You have Kibili, the security or the oddly. You have Aissatou Fall.
Yes.
Yes. That's it.
The third one.
The third one for the Belgium trip, you have the Lord Mayor. You have Councillor Karamo Sise.
Councillor?
Karamo Sise.
Yes.
You have Kanjura Kanye.
Kanye?
Yes.
Is he the same as Kan Mustafa Kanye?
Yes.
Is that all?
You have Fariman Sao.
Salah?
Saho. Yes.
He's not a staff?
Yes.
Where does he work?
He works within our municipality. I think he was the connection in that country.
He knows this?
He's a businessman.
So for the Canadian visa, do we know whether, for instance, all the documents we have asked for, was visa granted in the first place? Was it issued?
I think yes, visa was granted.
Are you sure about that? Because we had something different from Aissatou Fall, if I can recall, that it was not. But are you?
Okay, anyway, I'm not sure, but mail travel, I think mail travel.
So give us all the information, and what was the purpose of the
Okay, let me note that one out.
Do you have the purpose of the travel?
I can't say back to you on that.
Okay, please. All the relevant documents, the vouchers involved as well. the vouchers, the invitations, if any. And that goes to all these trips as well.
Okay.
You understand that?
Yes.
Thank you. Honorable Chairperson, that's all for Mr. Cham. We'll come back unless there are other questions.
Thank you, Mr. Cham. So please, did you note the remaining budgets so that we will be able
All right.
from the submissions?
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon. Your discharge for the moment.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Bojan, can you please call the next one? By the way, Mr. Cham, do you have any other document that you sent to us? You don't? Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Witness. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and Related Matters. What is your religion? Can you speak into the mic, please?
I'm a Muslim.
In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
In English, please.
Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation?
Make an affirmation.
Madam. Okay. Repeat after me. Raise your right hand into the air. Use your right hand. And then repeat after me. I sincerely and truly declare and affirm that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing. This one I have the honor to hand over the witness to for us to proceed.
Good morning. You're welcome. I'm not hearing you, Mr. Jah.
All right.
Please raise your voice a bit so that we can hear you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Please tell the commission what your full name is.
My name is Dem.
Enquire.
Yeah.
Your occupation?
The HR manager of KMC.
Since when?
Since 2018 May 10th.
What's your educational background?
I had my primary education at Pakalending.
You have your?
Primary school education at Pakalending Primary. Then eventually Tahir Ahmadiyya Senior Secondary School, where I graduated in 2000. From there, I was on train teacher, posted at different areas. In 2002, I had my diploma in office packages, diploma in PC repairs, diploma in management information system. Then I was appointed at the Gambia College as an ICT trainer for 1 year, then eventually to RVTH, where I was the data manager for an HIV program until December 2008. Well, before that, I had my advanced diploma in human resources, DTTI. Then 2008 December, I traveled for my first degree. While there, I started with advanced diploma in management practice with the University of Ulster in Ireland, a BSc in banking, economics, and law with Roehampton University.
The statement was obtained from you by the investigators.
So,
I will ask that you be given a copy of your statement. It's a two-page statement. The date is 11th of July, 2023. Please go through it. There's also an additional statement as well.
yeah.
Take your time, go through it, and then you'll be required to tell us whether those were the statements obtained from you by the investigators.
Yes, I'm done.
A statement obtained from and identified by the witness, Dembo Ja. The date is 11th of July 2023. And an additional statement obtained on the 1st of August 2024 into evidence as an exhibit.
Dated 11th of July 2023, made by the witness, Mr. Dembo, and the additional statement made on the 1st of August 2024 are both admitted together as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/DJ/K.
As the commission places. Now, do you have your appointment letter?
Confirmed. Yeah, the confirmation is not available at the moment because I'm on vacation, so I'll provide that later on. Confirmation of employment is not available at the moment, but I'll provide you with in due course.
We applied to tender an offer of appointment letter addressed to the witness, Dembo Ja. I, Acting Chief Executive Officer. The date is 11th of May 2020.
A letter dated the 11th of May addressed to Mr. Demboja, Lamin Kerawan, Upper West Coast Region. The letter is with the subject of appointment. The letter is signed by Salam Anjay, Chairman, Interim Committee, Acting Director of Finance, Director of Internal Audit, IT Manager. It is admitted in evidence as an exhibit and it is marked as LGC/DJ/KMC.
Now, Mr. Jack, what can you tell us about your role or your function as a HR, the Human Resource Manager at KMC?
Yeah, I am the Human Resource Manager of Carnegie Municipal Council. Yes, I am and my key functions includes recruitment and selection, performing staff of appraisal system for staff of the municipal council, and also analyzing training need or assessment of training needs for staff, to the implementation of policies for the council.
And recruitment.
Yes, sir.
And how do you perform this?
Usually, when applications came in, I received them, and it is normally taken to the Establishment and Appointment Committee. The establishment would then decide as to whenever there is vacancies, they will definitely go through it. Most of the vacancies advertised, but some will not be advertised because they are within, so they will scout for individuals within or the files that are available at the time. Yeah, because
go ahead.
Yeah, there are some vacancies that are advertised, but some are not used.
Why?
Well, I don't have any answer.
Why can't you answer that? You work as the HR manager. You should be in a position to say why the positions were not advertised in some instances.
Yeah, that's the decision of the CEO and the management. So,
and the management?
Yes.
So you're not part of management?
No, because there is a line director to me too. So.
And what's your line director?
Jaya Cham.
Jaya Cham is your immediate boss?
Yeah, it's my immediate boss.
Are you a member of the establishment committee?
No, I'm not a member.
Why is that?
I only attend meetings to give them facts. I'm a member of the committee.
But you attend meetings?
Yeah, I attend meetings.
You attend meetings regularly?
Yes, most at times if I don't have much to do. Then
do you advise them?
Yes, I advise, but they said, for example, I'm not actually advising because my advices are not taken into consideration because even if I start to advise, then they will say I am here to give facts, not to advise them on what they need.
What kind of facts would they expect you to give them if you don't tell them what your expert opinion is?
Yeah, because the facts that they would be requesting for is usually like for example, I knew all the staff. So if in an event that they want to know about a particular staff, then they would request for that facts.
So for the issues of employment, even if you disagree with them, they wouldn't hear you or listen to you? No.
I'm not there to advise or to represent SECA.
Because they told you you're not there to advise?
Sorry?
Told you're not there to advise?
Yes, I'm not there to advise. Yeah.
No, I'm saying you were told by the establishment committee that you are not there to advise them.
Yeah, very well.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, that's a fact.
And so, would that be proper?
Would that be?
Proper.
No, as at the time that they were doing that, because
whether if they appoint people or employees without following due process, without advertising these positions to get the best in these areas for healthy competition Would that be proper, based on your experience?
Yeah, there are instances where vacancies may not be advertised and it will be headhunt.
Yes.
Yes, that's
And what is the process involved in headhunt?
Headhunting, like getting a qualified personnel somewhere that they feel are very suitable for the position, and they will headhunt.
And how do you determine qualified personnel?
It depends on the way it is determined. Like, for example, you know an expert somewhere that works and has an expertise in that particular area, and you can definitely authorities, and then they will bring him on board.
You recommend?
Yes, you recommend. But I don't recommend.
No. Right. Do not be in a hurry to suggest that I'm referring to you in some of these appointments. Okay. You understand that we want to understand what your job entails and how it has been executed within the Carnival Municipal Council. Do you understand that?
Yeah. Very well.
Now you were explaining the issue of what does it involve? What is the process? Everything has a process. Every procedure has a process.
Yeah.
In fact, warrant you to choose the option of headhunting instead of advertisement.
As an expert, these are
you are the expert now.
Yeah.
You are the HR manager. TV.
Yeah.
You are very much grounded in this area.
Yeah.
What warrant an institution to choose headhunting as opposed to the normal procedure, which is you roll out an advertisement and qualified people would apply and be subjected to a rigorous interview, and then the best will be taken. Tell us.
Yeah, that is what I've just answered by saying, well, they hand on if there is no qualified. Like, for example, most at times, vacancies will be advertised. So if they haven't got the potentials looking for, then they will then headhunt.
So the first thing to do is advertisement.
Yeah, to do advertisement.
And once you've done that, and you can now go and headhunt.
Yes.
That is the best procedure to follow.
Yes.
Is that procedure normally followed at KMC?
KMC, there was no system in place before 2018. Council came up, then they start to establish those systems in place.
Is that process followed in KMC? It's a very simple question. I didn't ask you whether in the past whether there was a system during 2018 where they were trying to follow a system. Give me direct answers. Was that system followed in KMC?
Yeah, that's coming up because I just wanted to justify the reason because
I don't ask you to. I asked you to give me answers. Mm-hmm. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Was that system followed? Because because we have the evidences here. You've watched the previous. What obtained. You were the HR manager. You are still the HR manager. Yeah. Was that procedure followed?
In most instances.
Yeah. Good. Now, why would the procedure not be followed?
That's for the CEO to decide because I am a HR manager. I have a line department, so I cannot decide that.
Okay, good. Fair enough answer. Do you advise that they should follow the process?
Yeah, there's a key advisor to the CEO, which is the director of admin.
For letter?
Yeah.
Yes, may I please have the offer of appointment letter for the witness? Saying the chief advisor is?
The director of admin.
That of admin?
Yeah.
And you are to advise who? Who do you advise?
No, I only carry out instructions.
So your instructions from?
From the CEO and the director of admin.
Now, your letter reads that the duties attached to the post are as follows. 1, policy development and documentation. Recruiting and you have a role to play in recruiting. How do you understand that?
I aid in the recruitment process, but I don't actually I am not the one in charge of the recruitment process.
I'm not saying you are in charge of recruiting and staffing. Now, how do you understand your role in the recruitment?
Recruitment is a process that involves one, advertisement and shortlisting of candidates, receiving of application listing, and eventually if interviews, and after the interviews then the
yes,
competent.
Yes, and part of your functions as well says you are to report and work directly with under the CEO. So if you have a role in employees, you are expected to tell the CEO that the particular process is not in line with standard procedure. You understand that?
I understand. I
agree with that.
I understand.
Do you agree with that?
That I should.
As clearly spelled out in your TOR, in the areas of recruiting and staffing, and your TOR says to report and work directly under the CEO, then you are to advise the CEO when a certain process is not in line with law or regulation.
Normally, I am not given that opportunity because this is a public sector.
Yes.
And again, recruitment process solely lies on the hands of CEO. For some directives would come from the establishment and appointment committee where it is mandated by law for certain grades.
Yes.
Yeah, so they are already, the only time I execute those responsibilities is when I'm instructed to carry them out. So but there is never a time that they would seek advice from me on such issues.
So you are saying you are normally not given the opportunity.
Yeah.
But you are to be given the opportunity because that is your area of expertise.
Yeah, that's my area of.
And you are to be given the opportunity because that's what your TOR says.
Yeah, under normal circumstances.
Yes. Yeah. But that's not the normal circumstances under which you operated.
Yes,
right?
I would say yes.
Good. Now, up to what grade can council or the establishment committee appoint or employ people? Is there a limit, a ceiling that they can employ, and then beyond that it has to be referred to another body?
Yes, the local service commission keep changing. There are times when they will say the councils are mandated to appoint from grade 6 downwards, and then beyond that it has to be referred to them. And there are times when they will say it's from grade 5 downwards, and then anything beyond that has to be referred to them. And as of now, they said, well, from grade 3 to 1, that is within the mandate of the council.
So they had allowed you is grade 6 as far as you're concerned?
Yeah, as at the time, yes.
That's the maximum that they had allowed council.
Yeah.
I'm just going by your evidence. I'm not even saying that's the correct thing. But I know at some point it was about grade 5. But if you're saying grade 6, then we will wait for that directive or communication from the service commission. By what you were saying, there was a time that you were allowed to employ grade 6?
Yeah, grade 6 downwards.
When was this?
That is as when I joined the council, I found any evidentiary documents on that. But when I joined the council in 2018, I was told that it was within the jurisdiction of the CEO to from grade 6 downwards.
Mr. Jai, you cannot be told things. You have to find out things. You're an expert in this. This is what you do for a living. You cannot just be told. If it's as easy as that, anyone can do your job. Do you understand that?
Okay.
Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that?
Wait, what? Not to be told?
If it is as easy as just filling out an employment vacancy, as important as a human resource manager, and you'll just be told what obtains and you go by that, then anyone can do your job.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to find out what obtains on the ground within the laws that you operate within, the boundaries of the regulations that guide. That's how you're going to advise. That's how you're going to execute your functions. Is that not the case?
Yeah, that's
so. As at the time you worked in council, as HR manager. What is the ceiling? What is the grade, the most grade that the establishment committee and the CEO can employ?
Joining the council, they said, well, the CEO has the mandate to appoint from grade
Who
6.
said?
Well, that's what I was told
By
the CEO at the time.
Who was the CEO at the time?
Salama.
Did you verify that?
No, I did not verify.
Why?
I did not verify.
Why?
Because I was not given the opportunity to verify. And I cannot verify at the time because I was new.
You don't know the local government service commission exists?
No, at the time there was no local service commission.
So 2019?
2018.
2018?
Yeah.
So you said it was grade 6?
Yes. That's what I was told.
That's what you were told?
Yeah.
Good. Now, let me give you 2 files. Do you recognize those files?
Yes, I recognize that.
And what is the employee's name of the first file?
Nurdin Adams, and then you have Aissatou Fall.
Nurdin Adams and Aissatou Fall.
Yeah.
Now just write somewhere. We will need you to assist us in identifying and providing the file for Yusufa Sala.
Okay. I didn't have a pen at the moment. So Yusufa Sala, is it?
Yes. Now, are those the staff file for Nurdin Adams and Aissatou Fall? We applied to tender the KMC personal file protocol officer and file public affairs manager into evidence as an exhibit.
personal file for Nuruddin Adams, protocol officer, and the personal file for Aissatou File, public affairs manager. These two files, personal files, are admitted in evidence as exhibit GC/KMC/013.
Now I'm reading your statement of the 11th of July 2023.
Okay.
The third paragraph, it says, as human resource manager, it is my responsibility to help council in recruitment and the recruitment process.
Sorry, council.
Yes.
I did not, let me retake these numbers. The personal file protocol officer and Aissatou File public affairs manager are admitted together as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/DJ/KMC/002 instead of 013.
As the commission places. Now, as human resource manager, it is among my responsibilities to help the recruitment process. I also conduct appraisal systems in consultation with the Director of Administration and also aid in the discipline of staff. Now, what do you mean by appraisal systems?
Appraisal system for any appraisal system is a need for every institution, because for
now first, what is appraisal system?
Appraisal system is to determine the strength or capability of an employee.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how do you do this?
For potential positions.
How do you do this?
There are a questionnaire that has been devised and developed.
There are?
Questionnaire. Like you develop a questionnaire,
yes,
and then as part of the need of the particular institution, you develop that questionnaires and ask the question on every employee. Most of the times you give it to their supervisors to evaluate them and give you the report. Then after which you will personally do the interview together with the employee themselves.
Have you been doing this?
Yes.
Do you have your activity report for these exercises?
No, normally what happens is when we started this thing in 2019, it was given to staff, and the responses were not pleasant. As a result, because before conducting it, I had to do a training session for SMT to how to go about it. And then eventually we started the exercise, but it wasn't pleasant because the gradings that we are given were not normal.
Now, Mr. Ja, how do you understand conflict of interest, the process of recruiting staffs? How do you understand the avoidance of conflict of interest?
Conflict of interest is when, for example, I have my brother or sister or my close relative in a particular role. So that's a conflict of interest to get done on more. Or in fact, even if I had to do the recruitment process, I don't have to be involved fully. It has to be decided by other people, whilst I will excuse myself. Yeah.
Yes, not only that,
yeah.
There has to be really absolute due process followed.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, very well.
That's correct?
Yes.
Have you been avoiding such? Or are you against issues of conflict of interest?
When it comes to the recruitment?
Yes.
When it comes to the recruitment, I only facilitate, but I don't have any say when it comes to the recruitment. So
I know you don't have a say.
Yeah.
Your testimony here, to a certain degree as well, is in relation to an expert opinion, and you worked as HR Manager, in fact, you signed some of the appointment letters.
4. I don't sign any appointment letter as HR manager. I sign for the particular authority.
The circumstances you have signed these appointment letters, the circumstances you have signed these appointment letters, you can explain that.
Okay.
Because you would have to be given instructions. Is that not the case?
Yeah,
and you can explain the circumstances, but you have signed it,
yes.
Appointing certain people in
Very
certain
right.
positions. Is that not the case?
Yes, sir.
Exactly. Now, let's go, for instance, in 2018, what was the guideline that you were following in relation to appointed people in positions?
What was it?
The guidelines.
There was no structure in place as of 2018.
Why is that?
Because that's the way we find it. Because when I came in, I found out these files were scattered at the administrative department. People can go and take in any files and other stuff.
Now,
and there is no scheme of service at the council at the time.
Now, to hold the position in council or in any institution, should there be normally, as an HR manager, should there be qualifications attached to positions?
Yes, there should be qualifications attached, like I said, but as at the time there was no proper structure in place.
But there should be qualifications
There
attached.
should be qualification attached.
For instance, if the HR position for manager is vacant, do you just employ anybody, or are there qualifications to be attached to it?
Yeah, there are 2 things that you look at when employing. One is the qualification, and the experience also counts.
So which one comes first?
First, you look at the qualification,
And
then the experience.
And then the experience. And then the experience.
The experience.
So if you have met the basic minimum requirement for the qualification, let's assume there are 2 or 3 people who have met this minimum requirement, and you look at the one with the most experience,
Yeah.
the one who has the most experience in this job. Is that not the case? That is when you talk about experience.
Yeah, that's it.
Good. Not to put the cart before the horse,
Okay.
but the other way around, correct?
Like, can you explain that so that
I said not to put the cart before the horse. The minimum qualification must be met before we discuss issues of experience.
Yeah, under normal circumstances, yes. And that is if there are structures in the place.
Yes, you've already told us that the normal circumstances for the most part does not exist in your area council. That we already have, but we have to talk about the process. Now, let me show you one of the letters that you have authored on behalf of the CEO at the time. That is the file of, that's the file.
Okay.
You signed the appointment letter?
Yes, very well.
In the microphone, please.
Yes, very well.
What date is on the document?
7 June 2018.
7th?
June 2018.
7 June.
Yeah.
Is when you signed it.
Yeah.
You signed it for the CEO?
Yes, I signed for the CEO.
And what is the position that the applicant was given?
Public Affairs Manager.
The grade?
This is grade 10.
10.1.
10.1 of the integrated pay scale.
What should be the minimum qualification based on your experience as HR manager for this position?
The minimum qualification?
Yes, the minimum basic qualification.
No, for Public Affairs Manager, I think that basically is the qualification for managerial position when there was a structure in place, that is the present scheme.
What
of
should
service.
be the minimum qualification for a public affairs manager? You are an HR expert.
Yeah. No,
You work in an institution, any institution, you find there is no structure. You as the expert, you are there to tell them, no, this is not acceptable standard. You don't employ a person to the position of a legal advisor if the person is not a qualified barrister. Correct?
Yeah, but in this case,
No, I'm asking you.
Yeah,
Fair enough? That's a minimum acceptable standard.
Yeah.
You need an accountant. You know this is the minimum qualification, even if they don't have a structure in place. Correct?
Yes.
That's your job.
Yeah,
As in, you know this is the minimum acceptable standard. You don't need to have any paper for you to know. You know the required qualified individuals must occupy a certain given position.
Not in this instance, because in private institutions where I used to work, I used to determine and I tell them the whereabouts.
I'm not saying you were determining.
Yeah.
Again, I keep on reminding you. I know this was not your call. This is not you didn't take a shot. Your expertise as a HR, human resource manager, not as someone who directly employed someone or was taking all decisions in relation to employment. Do you understand what I'm trying to say now?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say now?
Yes.
Now I'm asking you, based on your experience and your expertise as a human resource manager, and your qualification and your education, what is the minimum acceptable standard?
For public affairs manager position, yeah, that I'll base it on the experience too. I know I would have.
I'm not asking you about the experience. I'm asking about the minimum
qualification. At least you have to get high school.
At least high school.
At minimum.
High school.
Yeah, at minimum.
To be a manager.
No, to be a manager, it depends on your experience.
To be a public affairs manager.
Yeah, it depends on your experience.
Mr. Jah, no wonder you work for an institution that keep on flouting the rules like this. No wonder you were sitting here trying to insult yourself and your education.
No, I am
you
not.
can sit here with your qualification and you beautifully told us what your qualifications are. You sit here. You really sit here with your qualification and your experience, and you dare to say it in public that high school can be a manager?
No.
When the witness herself sat where you were sitting and said, I am not academically qualified.
Yes, can I comment there?
No, it's an embarrassment, Mr. Jah.
No, you just need to get my justification. I said if it is a private institution where I have the sole mandate to do that,
yes.
But this is an instance where the decision has already been made. Who am I to flout that decision?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
That this was not your decision.
Yeah.
But if you want to ratify it,
I would have said presently that the scheme of service, even for the managerial position, is you have to get a prerequisite of a BSc or at least, yes, a BSc.
You know it.
Yeah, I know it. That's
Say
the
it.
procedure. Yeah.
Don't be scared. Say it.
Yeah.
If you continuously keep on lying to the commission, you know what it does to you? It goes to your credibility. You are a professional.
Very well.
You know this is true. Even people sleeping, even someone at grade 12, they know what you are saying is not true. It's a lie. Sorry for excuse my French. I don't want to treat professionals like this. You know what you owe to the commission?
But I would not consider this as a lie because I am telling you, you did
academic
not
dishonesty.
No.
And
because
it's professional
probably you did not hear what I was trying to say because I said this is a different setup.
If you were to employ anyone in this position, what would be your minimum qualification?
If I am to do it?
Yes.
It's a BSc, obviously.
Thank you. Then it's case closed.
Yeah, but in this case,
Don't
that's what
forget
I was
about
trying to
this
justify.
Case closed. Now, look at the application letter. It should be there. Have you seen it? You have seen it?
Yes, I've seen it.
What is the date of the application?
It's 7 June.
7th June.
2018, yeah.
Does that day strike a bell? Does it ring a bell?
Yes.
Is the same? What does it tell you?
The application is dated 7th June.
And then? And the
Huh?
look at the appointment date.
The appointment is also 7th June.
Why is that?
2018.
Why would someone apply the same day and they got employed the same day?
That's not possible. Normally, if you apply it, it takes time before you are written to.
Exactly.
So it might be an oversight because I'm an author, so I'll take responsibility.
What do you mean an oversight?
Meaning because this is a template already developed and is in the PC. So what I do for normally, I only design the terms of reference and then place it there.
You know what your problem is?
Yeah.
You and the winners that came here and the ones that will come here.
Yeah.
You know what your problem is? You think you can anticipate questions. And you think you can be smart. It's a public hearing. We know.
Yeah, I understand.
We know. You cannot outsmart anyone here. No matter your level of preparation and your level of conspiracy. It cannot happen. This is not the place to do that. You are here to testify and give your honest truth and answer. You swore to tell the truth.
Very well.
When you go to your grave,
Very well.
it's between you and your God.
Yeah.
You understand that? Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yes, I understand.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
The applicant applied the same day and was appointed the same day. You, as a HR manager, signed the letter the same date. How do you justify that?
No, that's what I'm saying. That is never possible. You cannot get somebody, you cannot
It's
get
possible.
an application. No,
It's
you cannot
possible
get,
if the appointment has already been premeditated, it's already been discussed already, and it's just a formality.
no.
You know why? You know why?
Yes.
Because the individual testified here and said she had worked for the companies of the Lord Mayor. Two of the companies. You and I discussed about conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Clear. You and I discussed conflict of interest.
Yes, like I said, the date, that is not usual. It's not a usual thing. You cannot have the date on the appointment the same as the date of the application.
Unless you are flouting the rules.
No, I'm not flouting the
Not
rules.
you. You said you were asked to sign.
execute, yeah, to
That's
sign,
it.
yeah.
So maybe the person who asked you to sign, you can ask the person to come and justify.
Yeah, very well.
So if you sit here and you are asked to sign, you are signed on the 7th of June.
Yeah.
Is that not a fact?
Yeah, I've signed on the 7th of June.
Yes. On the 7th of June is when you issued out, you signed on behalf of the CEO.
Yes,
Is that a
very
fact?
well. Yeah, that's right.
Yes. And on that same 7th is when the applicant sent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said under normal circumstances, I cannot sign letters that are of the same date with the application.
Yes.
I am saying that is not even right.
Yes.
But in a situation where that happens, probably it's an oversight on my side.
Or
because
probably it's an arranged employment already.
Maybe that's what you might perceive it, but
Do you deny that?
No,
Is that not a possibility?
No, because what
Is that not a possibility?
Yeah, that's a possibility
Thank
too.
you.
That's a possibility.
Thank you. See, don't carry someone's cross.
Yeah,
You said, I was assigned to sign.
yeah.
You want to carry someone's cross? We can do it.
No, I'm not signing, and I'm not doing that.
That's it. Now, again, that same employment, did it follow due process? As HR manager, as an expert in human resources, did it follow due process?
When you talk of due process, then that means it has to be advertised. And
Did it follow due process? The answer is yes, it followed due process because of XYZ. No, it did not follow due process because it was supposed to follow this process.
Yeah, I'm telling you the process that I know as HR, the
Yes.
way it should undergo. So in an event it does not follow that way, then that means it's not following the due process.
Now, did this particular employment follow due process? I will hear it from you. Your answer, I will get it from you.
Yes, no, I understand.
And you will say it.
Yeah.
What you don't want to say, you will say it. Did that particular application follow due process?
I would say because the normal process is
Did
you have to.
that particular application follow due process? You see, the problem is, and we have to do a lot of soul searching in this country. The problem is for you to be honest.
Very well, I am.
Your honesty is your integrity, it's your character. No one should take that away from you. You went to school for, you want to tell us you spend your entire years going to school to be an expert in HR just to be economical with the truth? Did that process follow due, application and employment follow due process?
No, like I said,
Did it follow due process?
No, the due process.
Did it follow due process?
No, in this sense, it was not advertised. In this case,
did it follow due process?
No, it is not follow. It has not followed the due process, and yes,
as simple as that. As simple as that. And your answer is in line with the audit report for 2017-2019 audit report for the National Audit Office. It says on page 35. Are you familiar with this audit report? It highlighted the anomalies, the abnormal employment procedures in relation to some of the staff. You must be familiar.
Yeah, I've read it.
Yes.
Ago, yeah.
And it says no qualifications for key positions. It says during the review of a sample of files, we identified a number of key positions filled by candidates that appear to fall short of the basis as established by the scheme of service of the municipality. Do you have the scheme of service?
Yes, we have that.
Can you please provide us with the scheme of service from 2018? As detailed in Annex.
Sorry, let me ask.
Yes,
the scheme of service, Mr. Jad, the scheme of service you had in 2018, is it still the same scheme of service that is being used?
The scheme of service, I think it was developed in 2019. I'm not too sure about the date, but it's the same scheme of service that we have within the council.
Okay, so you please provide, if there is a preceding one, you can provide it from 2018.
From 20, okay.
If the one that you're using, you know, it was formulated in 2019, we can as well have that. Okay. But please cross-check whether by 2018 there was any scheme of service that is being used by the council.
Okay.
Council, you may proceed.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Now, may I please have that file while you write that down? Are you done, sir?
Yes, I'm done.
Yes, it says, as detailed in Annex 5, a number of them are direct entries to the positions. See? What do you understand by that? Direct entries to these positions?
Yeah, that's people with the qualification from outside.
No. They didn't follow process. A number of them are direct entries to the positions, but whom neither the qualification nor the experience is evidence to justify appointment. Now it says...
Can you repeat, please, so that I can hear?
The audit report I'm reading. It says, a number of them are direct entries to the positions, but whom neither the qualification nor the experience is evidence to justify appointment. It goes implication, filling key positions with less than qualified candidates, seriously risk efficiency and performance of the council. Do you agree with this?
Yes, I agree.
2, that this is particularly true for top positions, which have the potential to affect the entire department or unit, as it inherently affects everyone else. You agree with that?
Yes.
Now the recommendation. We recommend that management, in collaboration with the relevant committee of General Council, review the affected cadres with a view regularizing the incompatibilities. In future, all recruitment should be consistent with the requirements of the scheme of service to ensure effectiveness and compliance in recruitment. Now, let me read to you what the management response was. It says, management will review the concern highlighted above and will engage the establishment and appointment committee for addressing. They agreed with this.
Yeah.
So at least at the tail end you agreed, and it was a good thing to do. They agreed with this. Now let me just refer you to Annex 5. Some of the names we have in Annex 5. The names, the following names, you have Fatu Bojang. The current position is secretary, staff qualification none, department admin. You have Mimi Kurubali, a confidential secretary to CEO, staff qualification none. Sanjali Kanye, staff qualification none, current position, religion and culture officer. You have Awa Jallo, staff qualification none, current position secretary, with no qualification. Rohi Yabo, no qualification, current position secretary. Ya Awa Jallo, court cashier, current position, staff qualification, no qualification at all. Musa Sise, court interpreter, certificate in IT. Yaman Jai, court clerk, no qualification. You have Khadijatu Sow, court clerk, no qualification. The file you were examining, I saw the file, the highest qualification is WAS as an IT certificate as a manager for the position of a public relations manager, and Ibrahim S.K. Fofana, that of internal audit. Now, AAT level 2. Now, have this all been regularized?
Most of them were regularized because the likes of Khadija Tusho has provided some documentations as for her qualifications.
The likes of?
Khadija Tusho.
Yes.
Yeah, that one has submitted the qualifications, but the rest, there is no improvement. It has not been addressed.
Now, this, subsequently, Madam Fall resigned on the 7th of December 2022 after this audit report. Do you know why?
No, I cannot tell.
But management agreed.
Yeah, to accept, yeah.
They agreed. And then the qualifications, no doubt, everyone knows, not qualified.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
And she subsequently resigned.
Yeah.
And it was accepted.
Yes.
But before that, the output or the performance of the individual in this position, how do you rate that? Was it good? Was it up to the level of a manager?
I cannot
You can't,
rate
of course.
because she doesn't report to me. She reports to the director of admin.
You are in charge of staff generally. You are in charge of staff appraisal. You've discussed this issue as well. Yeah. Don't say that. Don't say that. You are in a position as HR to know you have their file. Is that not the case?
Yeah. The only thing that I can recall previously, looking at KMC, there was no structure in place.
We are discussing the issue of ISO file.
Okay.
You see, you cannot divert people's attention to things that are irrelevant. The things that are relevant, we will ask you and you will answer them. Diverting people's attention, again, Mr. Dembo, I don't know whether that's a tactic or not. It's a dishonest exercise.
It's not a dishonest.
I'm telling you it is, because I didn't ask you these questions. So stick to what I've asked you. If you want to say anything else, you can ask the chairperson, the commissioners, they may grant you latitude. Okay? I'm asking you about the performance. I'm asking you about the output of ISO2FAL. As a manager, what was the output based on your experience as HR?
Like I said, she doesn't report to me, so I cannot access
You
her.
had cause to write to her.
Yeah, because I'm giving directives to write to
So
her.
you know about her output because you had cause to write to her about several issues in relation to her performance.
No, I've never write to her with regards to her performance.
Absent without permission, 15th of September 2020. Are you not Demboja anymore?
Yeah, those are attendance on the performance.
Are you not Demboja anymore?
Yes, I'm Demboja.
Let me give it to you.
No,
No, I will give it to you because I have to show you why you are continuously answering questions as if you are programmed. And so the files are here. The files are here. You wrote to her more than 2 occasions, and your words were strong. Can you read the date to us?
Yeah, the date is 15 September 2020.
Into the microphone, please.
The date is 15 September 2020.
Where is the letter from?
It's from the Human Resource Manager.
Who is the Human Resource Manager?
That's me.
Good. Who is it addressed to?
I certify.
Very well. Now, what is the subject?
Absent without permission.
Absent without?
Permission.
Without permission?
Yeah.
Can you please read?
After several monitoring visits at the Office of the Public Affairs Unit, it has been observed that you have been not reporting to work for a couple of days. Consequently, no substantial reason was given for your persistent absenteeism.
Yes.
Yes. However, you are hereby required to explain in writing why absenteeism as failure of which shall attract stiffer disciplinary actions.
Or it shall attract stiffer
Disciplinary
action.
actions. Yeah.
Good. Why was there the need to write that letter?
Yeah, because I feel that's within my mandate to monitor attendance. That's my core function.
I mean, if someone is not attending or coming to work, then you can't. That's not even a 1% grading in relation to performance.
Yes, that's it.
It's in fact worst to be absent.
Yeah.
It might have been a different thing altogether when they are present, but the output is probably low. Even attending. Attendance is a problem. Going to work is a problem.
Yeah.
And that's not the only letter.
Yeah, that's
Move to the next one. There are about 3 letters that you wrote to her.
Persistent lateness.
Good. The date?
This was also 3rd January 2020.
3rd January
2020.
2020.
Yeah.
And from which office?
From my office.
Your office?
Yeah. To I certify.
Please read.
After several monitoring visits to the Office of the Public Affairs, it has been established that you have not been reporting to work on time. In most instances, not reporting to work at all without permission.
Yes.
Your attitude towards work tantamounts to negligence of duty. Consequently, you are hereby issued warning letter and to inform you that Council will not accept such behavior and failure to adhere to this warning will result to stiffer disciplinary actions.
Very well. Why was there a need to write the letter?
Yeah, because at the times he has not been coming to work on time.
And other times as well absent.
Yeah, absent.
Go to the next one.
Warning letter.
Yes.
After several verbal warnings with regards to your attitude towards work, it has come to the notice of the management that your attitude towards work could not still change. Consequently, you are hereby issued a warning letter as management deems your actions are serious infringement of policy bordering on failure to follow instruction.
Why is that? Why was there a need to write that letter?
Yeah, because at the time the attendance was not good.
And you had cause to warn her verbally on several occasions
Yeah.
for being absent.
Yeah.
So now I ask you again, where we have started.
Okay.
How was her performance?
The performance in terms of attitude towards work was dull.
It was very dull.
Was very dull, yeah.
Can I have that file? So you see, Mr. Jah, an old teacher of mine used to say, book don't lie. If you hadn't put this in pen and paper, we wouldn't have access to it. And from your answers, you wouldn't have disclosed this verbally without evidence. But this is the problem, is it not?
Yeah,
when we employ the wrong people in the wrong job, it's what you get. You agree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
It's what you get when you put the wrong people in the wrong job, in a certain job, sorry. That's what you get. Less qualified people occupying very sensitive positions that requires professionals in this country. You want to tell us, not you, but the people, anyone who employed this individual, that there are no better qualified individuals than this? You certainly believe there are far more qualified individuals. Agree?
Yeah, I agree there are
Yes.
people with qualifications.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nuruddin Adams. Did that appointment as well also, the appointment follow due process?
For Nurdin Adams, yeah, it's the same as Aisatofal.
It didn't follow due process.
Yeah, it's the same.
Was it a headhunt?
I cannot say per se because I was not there when they were bringing her on board. I am only executing
Because
the directives.
yes, because
Yeah.
Mr. Jah, if anyone is to say it's a headhunt, that will be a very, very serious concern.
Yeah,
Is that not the case?
yeah,
Mr. Adams testified here
yeah.
and said openly that I campaigned for the mayor. Openly, it's on record, but I campaigned for the mayor. After the mayor was successful, he applied, he got the job, directly assigned to the mayor. The same with Fall. I worked with the mayor and two of his companies. I went to him and I told him I want a job. I applied the same day he was appointed. Totally wrong. This is not what we deserve in our public institutions. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But another issue that I want to discuss with you is the TOR of Madam Fall. Who is she answerable to as public relations officer?
Director of Administration.
Director of Admin,
Yeah.
and not you.
Yeah.
All right. Now, your statement, the last page, last paragraph, is on the issue of Sarata Jaite's appointment. Who is Sarata Jaite?
He's a procurement officer.
And what is it about her appointment?
I don't understand.
You said on the issue of Sarata Jaite's appointment, I understand that Sarata came to council through internship.
Yes.
Correct?
Very well. Yes, very well.
And at some point was granted employment by council after 3 to 6 months internship.
Yes.
What is her qualification?
Sarata has advanced diploma in accounting and finance.
Accounting and
Finance.
finance.
Yeah.
She said, furthermore, I could remember that one day Mrs. Jerry's appointment was also the same day that the appointment establishment committee was presided and granted appointment for Fatu Fall to the position of assistant council accountant on grade 8.
Yeah.
Upon appointment, Fatu Fall worked for the council from 2019 and resigned subsequently.
Yeah.
Is there any reason?
I was told because I haven't had that tete-a-tete discussion because I received Normally, when somebody resigns, it goes to the CEO, and if the CEO approves, then it will come down to respond to it. But as at the time I received it, then she has already left. I was told she's gone for her master's in Turkey. That's what I was told.
The staff at the KMT, and the KETP, do you have any degree of control over the staff as human resource manager?
The staff on that?
KMT and KETP.
No, I don't.
Why is that?
Because KMT, I'm not even aware of their recruitment. I think the chairman of the KMT board would have been the right person to answer that, because I'm not even aware that they were appointed. I only see them on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kan Mustafa Kani, you know Kan Mustafa Kani?
Yes, very well.
When was he appointed?
The first appointment, I think it was well before I started the council, as a technical advisor to the mayor, and eventually to subsequent positions.
Would you be able to provide us with his personal file?
Yes, the personal file should be in the office.
Okay. Right. Any questions for this witness, Honorable Chairperson?
Yes. Mr. Jai,
Yes.
your statement, the statement that is dated 11th of July 2023, the second page, the second to last paragraph of your statement, will it be correct to say that what you said in that statement is inconsistent with your evidence? That is to say, the appointment of Aissatou Fall to the position of Public Affairs Manager on grade 10 was presided and granted by the Establishment and Appointment Committee.
Yeah.
So that will be a wrong statement.
No, I would not consider it as a wrong statement, because that I was not asked that question, because normally all senior position appointments...
No, Mr. Jai, maybe I did not put my question correctly for you to understand. I'm saying that you have answered the question that was put to you by council to say that Aissatou Fall's appointment did not follow due process.
Yes, very well.
And my understanding is that following due process is for the entire process to go through the Establishment and Appointment Committee. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, that's also part of it.
It's part of
it's part
the
of the
due
due
process.
Yes.
So in this instant, what you have told the commission is that based on the evidence that is put to you, would it be correct, you still maintain that, her appointment was deliberated upon at the Establishment and Appointment Committee? Is that the correct and true position?
Yeah, I still maintain that, but the reason why I told the council that...
No. Do you maintain that, she went through the Establishment and Appointment Committee?
She did not go through the establishment and...
So this statement would not be correct, therefore?
No, I would say the matter
No. Let's answer the question. I will give you time to explain. So, therefore, this statement would not be correct. Because you said, was presided and granted by the Establishment and Appointment Committee. Was presided and granted by the Appointment and Establishment Committee. Establishment and Appointment Committee.
Yeah, I still go by that, meaning...
You go by... No,
okay.
Thank you so much. That is not a problem. So I have one question. You have indicated in your additional statement that you were directed by the committee to write to convey the decision of the Establishment Committee to Mr. Kanye, effective 1st of November 2018 with a monthly salary of 17,500. Can we have the minutes of the meetings for the Establishment Committee that, where this was discussed? Please note that. And you also, on my earlier question, provide us with the minutes of the meeting of the establishment committee for Sena Bufal on her appointment. Aissatou Fall, sorry.
Kanjura's appointment in 2017.
Yes, and the minutes. Of course, there will be minutes for the meeting of the establishment and appointment committee. Please provide that, and also provide the consultancy agreement between the council and Mr. Kanye, where you conveyed the appointment of Mr. Kanye from the establishment committee, and he was supposed to be paid quarterly payment of 45,000. So please provide us with details of the consultancy agreement and the minutes of the establishment committee for the appointing Mr. Kanye to be paid. The committee appointing him for a consultancy service on debt recovery, where you conveyed what he is entitled to for every quarter. That is in 2020. Please provide the details of that for us. And we understand that the advisors are paid. We also want you to provide us how much Mr. Kanye was paid being an advisor to the Lord Mayor as technical advisor. What was his remuneration? All right? Did you get that, Mr. Jan?
Yes, I got it.
Thank you. Council, can you please proceed? Oh, all right. Honorable Diana has a question.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ja.
Good afternoon.
This is just a general question. Do you do exit meetings with senior staffs that are leaving the institution to find out why are they leaving the institution? Do you do that?
No.
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Just to clarify one or two that the chairperson was asking you. You had said that you were instructed by the CEO.
Yeah.
You didn't take part in any meeting.
No, I was in the meeting when the establishment was discussing the issue of ISAPA. The initial meeting I wasn't there, but the second one I was part of it.
So again, the commission chairperson has already requested for these minutes of this meeting.
Okay.
Correct?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I've already written it.
All right. Good. Thank you.
Now, Mr. Jad, do you attend SMT meetings?
Yes, I do attend.
Are you the secretary to the SMT meeting?
Some time ago, when I started newly, then the acting CEO was there, Salama. She made me a secretary to that meeting. That was.
We are asking. I'm asking you a current issue. I am asking you now. Do you attend SMT meetings?
Yes, I attend.
Are you the secretary to the SMT?
No, the clerk. The office
clerk
of the
is
clerk.
the.
Yes, that's what I was explaining. That previously I was a secretary for some months, and recently now the clerk has taken over. So the clerk is the secretary.
But you just attend as a member?
Yeah, I'm not even a member, but just to represent and give facts.
So you are called upon to attend meeting
attend.
as and when is necessary?
Yeah.
So you report to the admin director, right?
Very well.
So the admin director is the person that attends the SMT meetings?
Yes, he also attends.
Okay. Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
That's all for this week.
Mr. Jah, thank you for coming and your discharge. We will call you back. Please endeavor to provide us with these documents by Wednesday.
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and Related Matters. Can you take that? Mr. Witness, make sure you speak into the mic for everybody to hear you. Okay. What is your religion? In which language do you wish to make your testimony? Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation? Madam Chair, the witness wishes to swear by the Holy Quran. Okay. And repeat after me. I, Ibrahim Asane, do swear that I'll speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Madam Chairperson, as camera will lead this witness.
Check. Good afternoon, Mr. Sane.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Council, can we please proceed?
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Sane.
Good afternoon, Council.
Could you please tell the Commission your names?
I'm Ibrahim Asane,
What is your address?
Tabokoto.
And the date of birth on the statement is confirmed to be yours?
Yes.
When were you appointed at KMC?
I beg your pardon?
When were you appointed at KMC?
On the 1st of July, 2019.
Do you have your appointment letter with you?
Yes, I do.
Were you confirmed?
Yes, I'm confirmed, but I don't have that letter.
Okay, any promotion?
Not.
Mr. Sane, you've given us 4 documents, but 2 are the original and the other 2 are the copies.
Yeah, sometimes they give us photocopies. And they
Yes, I understand, but the point I'm making is it's not 4 appointments on contract, instead it's 2. These two are the copies of this one, the original. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Thank you. Yes, you can return this. We apply to tender the appointment on contracts letter dated 30th of June 2020, addressed to the witness, Mr. Ibrahim Asane, signed by Mr. Demboja for the CEO, and another appointment on contract letter dated 1st of July 2021, addressed to the witness, Mr. Ibrahim Asane, signed by Mr. Demboja for the CEO, into evidence as an exhibit.
No, don't worry. Thank you.
A letter dated the 30th of June 2020, addressed to Mr. Ibrahim Asane, Tabokoto KMC, and it has the subject appointment on contract. The letter is signed by Demboja for Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Lord Mayor, Establishment and Appointment Committee, Director of Finance, Director of Audit, IT Manager, Project Manager, Executive Secretary. A letter dated the 1st of July 2021, addressed to Ibrahim Asane, Tabokoto, KMC, with the subject appointment on contract. The letter is signed by Demboja for Chief Executive Officer, and it is copied to the Lord Mayor, Establishment and Appointment Committee, Director of Finance, Director of Audit, IT Manager, Project Manager, Executive Secretary. These two letters are admitted together in evidence as an exhibit, and they are marked as LGC/ES/KMC/001.
As the Commission pleases. Mr. Sane, did you work for KMC prior to these contracts?
Very well.
When was that?
1991 to 97.
Then you retired.
I left for greener pasture, not retired.
Sorry, can you speak a little bit louder? I cannot hear
I
you.
left for greener pasture, not to retire.
Oh, okay. So when, do you remember making a statement with the investigators of this commission?
Very well.
Now you'll be giving your statement. You can kindly confirm the contents of the statement. And tell us if you still go by the contents of the statement. Was that the statement made to the investigator?
Very well.
And you go by the contents of the statement?
Exactly.
Thank you. Madam Chair, we apply to tender the statement of the witness, Mr. Ibrahim Asane, dated 9th day of July 2024, into evidence as an exhibit.
The statement dated the 9th of July 2024 made by Ibrahim Asani is admitted in evidence as an exhibit and it is marked as LGC/ES/KMC/002.
As the Commission pleases. Mr. Sane, when you were contracted in 2020 as a ticket seller, you were posted at Bakote dump site, right?
Yes.
So what was your role at the time?
Ticket seller.
And you've been selling tickets on what? What sort of tickets were you selling?
Various categories.
Yes, please let us know.
We have donkey cart tickets.
Which is for how much?
$50.
Okay.
We have wheelbarrows.
Yes, go on.
It's $10.
Okay.
We have pickups for $100.
Okay.
We have trucks for $200.
Yes, go on.
We have 6-wheel trucks for $150. We have tricycle for $50. We have tractors for $150. And finally, we have compactors for $250.
Now, when you do these collections, do you have a cash book for these collections?
Yes, we do.
Okay, you do. Now, how many of you were revenue collectors at the Bakote dump site?
For us, we call ticket seller, not revenue collector.
Sorry, I beg your pardon, ticket sellers.
Thank you very much. Three of us.
Yourself and who?
Usman Yaze,
Okay.
Mohamed Sonko.
Now, who are you answerable to?
We have answered direct to finance, direct finance.
You're answerable to who?
Director of finance, we are under director of finance.
Yes, I understand you're under there. So now, then, when you do these ticket sales, like you said, who do you render accounts to?
My time there, we take it to the bank directly. They give us account number that we receive, deposit.
Okay, which bank was that?
Ajib Bank.
You can later provide the Ajib Bank account to the registrar of the commission.
It was produced already by my colleagues.
I want to know the account you've been depositing, so just give it to the registrar.
Okay, it's not with me here.
Thank you. Then at some, so for the entire time since 2020 up to 2023, you've been depositing in the bank?
No.
Okay. What were you doing? I mean.
Around 20.
When did it stop?
Deposit into the bank?
Yes.
I can recall around 2022.
So from
or
2020.
2021, 2022, I cannot remember actual month and so.
Please a bit louder, Mr. Sani.
I say around 2021, 2022, we stopped going to the bank, and then they allocate us a revenue collector who do come there and collect from us.
Who goes to the dump site and collects from you guys?
Yes.
Who was that person?
We have almost 3 of them, if I remember well. One is Ibrahim Jobate, the one is Jonga, and the third one I forgot the name, but my colleagues know his name. And
the third one?
I forgot his name, but then it's 3 of them. Every year they kill
What,
one.
Fofana?
Huh? Yes.
I had Fofana. Who?
Yes.
Who Fofana?
I say Ibrahim Jobate and Jonga.
Jonga.
Yes.
Is it Omar Jonga?
Very well.
Thank you. Then you've been doing that till when?
22.
So were you entering your collections into the cash book?
Exactly.
You have your own personal cash book, or is that
No,
one
it's
same
a joint
cash book?
Joint cash book, yeah.
It's a joint cash book
Exactly.
for all the ticket sellers, as in the 3 of you.
3 of us, yes.
Okay, but at least when we look at the cash book, we will know where yours starts and where it ends.
Exactly.
From 2020 to 2023.
Very well.
Okay.
Sorry, let me just, for the purposes of clarity. Mrs. Sani, you said you jointly make entries into the cash book.
Yes.
And you issue different tickets for different for different values, right?
Yes.
Now, are you on shift duty, or all three of you are stationed at the dump site?
That was the time 3 of us special there.
So it's all three of you that will be collecting revenue?
That was the time 3 of us collect revenue. That certain time, we agree with the then project manager that for getting off, discuss between you, three of you, 2 in, 1 off. So this is what we end up doing. But the same account book.
Yes, because I find it a little bit confusing if 3 of you will be in the same one dump site. If the dump site was it's not enclosed as it is, it would have been a problem. But when the lorries come in, they pass through one gate. Is that not correct?
Yes,
they are supposed to take a particular route to go into, because they are to be guided as to where to do the dumping.
When we start, it was not closed. It was not fenced.
Yes.
Yeah, when we start, it was fenced. It was 3 of us that start there.
Yes. But despite the fact that it is not closed, the people that come to dump at the dump site, they know where the entry point is and where the exit point is.
Exactly.
In order to allow for them to be directed to dump properly. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, my worry is you have 3 revenue collectors.
Yes.
Are all 3 of you having different ticket books, or you are using the same ticket book?
Yes.
You use the same ticket book? Okay. So which means in effect, it is only one person that will be working at any given time?
No.
Unless...
No, that side, the donkey drivers come in a group. So one
Sorry, I did not get that.
I said when we are collecting, they come in large numbers. These donkey carts.
Yes.
So one person cannot control here and there, wheelbarrow, donkeys, have vehicles there. So at times we are there in 2. So you control this one control this one, and the police help you to do so. But the account is 1.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Councillor, you may proceed.
Thank you. So the ticket books, who do you receive these ticket books from?
To accounts clerks.
Do you have records of what you will usually receive from them in a day, or in a week, or in a month?
They will record it. The person who collected will sign it and take it, bring it for us.
Sorry, say that again?
I say if I go for collecting the books, or Usman or anybody else, they'll record it in a Enquire book, you sign there and bring it to the dump site.
Okay, so Usman will now give it to you?
Yeah, Usman will bring it to the dump site.
Okay, so how many books does Usman give you, or in a day?
No, we don't collect every day. When you go for it, you'll bring maybe, let's say 100,000. 2 packets, 50,000, 50,000. We use that when it's almost exhausted, you go for another one.
Okay, so how much will you normally make in a day?
Depends. From Mondays to Thursdays, we can make 10,000 minimum. And Saturday, Sunday, the same thing. But Fridays, 5,000 minimum.
So, the shift, is it in the morning and the afternoon and evening? What time, from what time to what time do you normally work?
As early as 7 up to 6 o'clock in the evening, or 7:30. 6:30, sorry. In the evening. The whole day process.
Okay. You've made it clear here that you've been depositing the collection money into the Ajib bank account.
Yes.
Until late 2021, 2022, then to the cashier.
Yes.
So at what point were you giving these monies to Usman Jase?
Not actually give it to Usman Jase. This collector will come and meet us at the dump site. If we collect today, tomorrow in the morning, you come and collect from us.
Okay, now I will, can you read, all right? Can you read all right?
Yes.
Okay, what is your level of education?
Secondary 4.
That's fine. So now I'll take you through your statement. Line 8, where it says, I submit the revenue to Usman Jase and I record the total collection in the cash book. That's why I ask you, at what point were you giving the monies, the revenue you collected to Usman Jase?
That's when come to the weekend. Weekend, this revenue collector no work.
Yes, that evidence needs to come from you. If you don't explain, we wouldn't know. We'll think even weekend you go to the bank, which clearly on Sundays banks don't operate.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that one we have to hand over to Usman. Usman
Okay.
Jase. He keep it for the next week.
Okay. Does any of the commissioners have a question for the witness before I move to the last issue?
I just want to find out, Mr. Sane,
Yes.
are you also part of the people that received the 1% commission on turnover?
No.
You don't receive.
No.
The people at the dump site don't receive the 1%?
1%?
Yes,
No. What do we receive? Dump site allowance.
dump site allowance.
Exactly.
And how much is that allowance?
It's 3,000.
Per month?
Exactly.
Ah, okay. Do you receive risk allowance?
No. Only they say dump site allowance. Whether it's risk
Do you have medical
No,
cover?
sir.
You don't have medical cover.
No.
Why?
Well, it's beyond me. What I know is
No.
they say-
I'm asking you a question because you know how the dump site is, correct?
Exactly.
So why didn't you request for medical cover?
We do so.
And
Nothing come out of it.
nothing come out of it.
Exactly.
Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Thank you. There was an issue that some of the ticket sellers will sell one ticket to two different wheelbarrow users or dumpers. How was that possible whilst you were collecting revenue?
Yes, before I told you, we have different denominations. You can handle donkey cart ticket, the other wheelbarrow, this one can.
Yes, the example I'm giving, for example, you're dealing with a donkey cart or a wheelbarrow.
Yes,
You sell one ticket to 2 or 3 different persons.
yes.
So that was the loss of revenue as it was stated in some of the audit reports. So how was that possible?
I don't get you clear.
I said one ticket being sold to 2 or 3 different people.
No, that's not possible.
That wasn't possible?
No.
The former manager, is it Kemo Fati, explained to us that that was one of those things or the challenges that he has been facing at the dump site.
I cannot issue a ticket. You left. I get the ticket and issue to the other person.
Or you will not issue ticket, but then they will go in and
Go
then
in, yes.
the monies will be collected, but the tickets will not be given to them.
Very well.
So how was that possible?
When you enter, you meet us at the gate.
Yes.
Issue ticket.
You collect the money and not give the person the ticket.
Ticket to go in.
Yes.
Yes. When you go, it's on the ticket now. If you want it there, you want to go home with it.
No, as in you will not issue the ticket.
I will issue the ticket.
You always issue the ticket.
Very well.
That's fine. Now, do you have any other source of income?
Me?
Yes.
No.
Do you have any loan or support from KMC?
I never.
Do you own a property?
Never.
Okay, so how many banks do you bank with?
I have no account bank.
Sorry?
I don't have any account number.
So you pay over the counter?
Counter, very well.
All right. That will be all for this witness, Madam Chair, except any of the commissioners have a question for this witness.
Mr. Sane, you were given yearly contract, right? So each year your contract is renewed?
Yes.
Are you of retirement age? Have you reached the retirement age?
The next 2 years.
Next 2 years?
Exactly.
Now, having come back to the municipality, why didn't they not give you a permanent appointment since you are not, you've not reached the retirement age?
When I came in, I go direct to the finance director then, how do you call that man? I forgot. He now transferred to Banjul. I asked him, I want the job. He said, what type of? I said, I want a revenue collector. He said, what's your experience and what's your qualification? I show him my papers and show him my experience. When I left there, the CEO then gave me a recommendation letter. I brought that to him. He said, yeah, it's true. This year is the year I came here. He said, yes. 97 is the year I joined KMC. I said, 97 is the year I left. He said, I would like to get some of you who need no training, go direct to the system. He said, apply. I applied to him. He said, you go and wait me for next 1 week. When I go a week, I came back to him. He said, let's go to the HR. We go to HR. He said, HR, I gave you this month's applications. How far have you done? He said, this is with the CEO. Then that time it's Judge HR. He said, okay, now take my number. No need to come. You just communicate with me. I go a week, I communicate with him. He said, look, these people are not taking my advice seriously. I need a collector. They're still up and down about this case. I have only dump site to take you. If only one dump site. For revenue collector, that's what we call land sales. It's not yet. But if you need them, I take you dump site directly. So I apply dump site only. So it's that time, the idea was removed. I apply again. They take it to the NCO, Senator Martin. I know in the influence of the finance director, I was quickly hired. But on contract.
On contract.
Exactly.
So but you didn't know why they did not hire you on a permanent basis?
Well, best known to them, I don't know actually.
Sorry?
I said best known to them, I don't know actually why. I'm still following that.
But you still have a few more years, and you could have made good of your service, because if you were hired on a permanent basis, you will be entitled to be paid pension because they will contribute for your payment. But for the contract, I'm not too sure whether that is paid for you. Did you find out whether contribution is made for you?
Yes, when this project almost phased out, or when they hand over the project to KMC, some of these...
Oh, is you are employed under the ballot project, right?
Exactly, that's what
your appointment letter says.
Exactly.
You are employed under the ballot project.
But, yes.
Not under the mainstream council.
Yes, not under the mainstream council, because my payroll number shows me it's in ballot.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you. I'm now clear. That's all I have. Yes.
That will be all for this witness.
So, Mr. Sani, thank you for coming.
Thank you, Ma.
All right. If we need to get you to come back to clarify any issue, we will call on you.
Very well.
Well, thank you so much. We may rise.
The Holy Quran or make an affirmation?
I'll make an affirmation.
Madam Chair, the witness wishes to make an affirmation. Use your right hand, raise it into the air, and then repeat after me.
All right.
I, Lamin F. Baji, do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Baji.
Good afternoon, madam.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, good afternoon, Honorable Commissioner. The Assistant Counsel will lead this witness.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Good afternoon, Mr. Baji. Could you please tell the Commission your names?
Pardon?
Could you please tell the Commission your names?
My name is Lamin F. Baji,
What is your address?
Kasakunda Village.
Since when did you join KMC?
2005.
Do you have your appointment letter with you?
Yes.
Were you confirmed?
Yes.
When were you confirmed?
2006.
Now, from 2006 to date, were you redeployed or promoted?
Yeah, I was promoted, then redeployed, all of them.
Do you have those letters with you as well?
Yes.
Please provide your letter of appointment, confirmation, promotion, and redeployment letters.
Okay.
All the documents are original, but except for one, the one that states staff redeployment to the community service. Do you have the original, or would you be able to have the original?
Maybe I can check with the HR, but I found it in my documents. I couldn't see that one.
Okay, that's fine. Then you can look for it. If you find it, you can kindly bring it. That way we can confirm it with the copy and then probably give you the original back.
Okay.
Madam Chair, we apply to tender the letter of application for the position of project supervisor, written by the witness, Mr. Lamin F. Baji, dated 11th day of April 2005, and Another letter dated 1st of July 2005 addressed to Mr. Lamin F. Baji, a response for an interview for a position of a project supervisor, signed by Richard Jase for the CEO. Another letter dated 11th day of July 2005 addressed to the witness, Mr. Lamin F. Baji, subject offer of appointment, signed by Richard Jase for the acting CEO. Letter of confirmation of appointment dated 24th February 2006 addressed to the witness, Mr. Lamin F. Baji, signed by Richard Jase for the acting director of admin. Letter of promotion addressed to the witness, Mr. Lamin Baji, dated 28th June 2007, signed by Duao Jata for the CEO. A copy of staff redeployment letter to community service addressed to the witness, Mr. Lamin F. Baji, for planning and development to the community service unit, dated 11 January 2008. A promotion letter to the witness, Mr. Lamin F. Baji, dated 24th May 2016, signed by Omar C. for the CEO. Letter of promotion addressed to the witness, Mr. Lamin F. Baji, dated 9th April 2018, signed by Wuraba for the CEO. Redeployment letter as head of GIZ team, dated 30th October 2020, addressed to the witness Lamin F. Baji, signed by Dambaja for CEO. The last one is another letter of redeployment as a Deputy Director of Service Operations addressed to the witness, Mr. Lamin Baji, dated 23rd January 2003, signed by Demboja for the Deputy CEO, all into evidence as an exhibit.
The witness presented 10 documents and they are admitted as follows. A letter dated 11th of April 2005 addressed to the Chief Executive Officer, Kanifing Municipal Council, with the subject application for the position of project supervisor. The letter is signed by Lamin F. Baji. A letter dated the 1st of July 2005 with reference KMC/ADM/055 addressed to Mr. Lamin F. Baji with the subject interview - position of a project supervisor. The letter is signed by Richard Jassy for Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Lord Mayor, KMC, Finance Director, Director of Planning and Development. A letter dated the 11th of July 2005 with reference KMC/ADM/055 addressed to Lamin F. Baji with the subject offer of appointment. It is signed by Richard Jassy for Acting Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Lord Mayor, Acting Director of Finance, Director of Planning and Development, IT Unit. A letter dated the 24th of February 2006 with reference KMC/ADM/055 addressed to Lamin F. Baji with subject confirmation of appointment. It is signed by Richard Jassy, Acting Director of Administration. It is copied to Acting Mayor, KMC, Director of Planning and Development. A letter dated the 20th of June 2007 with reference KMC/ADM/055 addressed to Mr. Lamin Baji, Works Supervisor, Planning and Development, with the caption Promotion. It is signed by Dua Ojata for Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to Acting Mayor, Director of Finance, Acting Director of Planning, Internal Auditor, IT Technician. A letter dated the 11th of January 2008 with reference KMC/ADM/055 and with the subject staff redeployment to the community services. It is signed by Dua Ojata. It is copied to the Interim Chairman, Director of Finance, Manager C/S, Director P&W, IT Manager, Internal Auditor, P&D. A letter dated 24th of May 2016 with reference KMC/ADM/074 addressed to Mr. Lamin F. Baji, Senior Community Service Field Officer, with the subject promotion, and the letter is signed by Omar C. for Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Lord Mayor, Director of Finance, Director of Internal Audit, Director of Planning and Development, Director of Services, IT Manager, and Acting Executive Secretary. A letter dated 19th of April 2018 with reference KMC/ADM/055 addressed to Lamin Baji, Valuation Manager, KMC, with the subject promotion. It is signed by Wuraba for Acting Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Chairman, KMC, Acting Director of Finance, Director of Audit, Director of Planning and Development, Director of Services, the Personal File, IT Manager, and Acting Executive Officer. A letter dated the 30th of October 2020 with reference KMC/HR/076 addressed to Lamin F. Baji, Deputy Director of Services, with the subject redeployment as head of GIS team. It is signed by Demboja for Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Lord Mayor, KMC, Director of Finance, Director of Internal Audit, Director of Services, IT Manager, Establishment and Appointment Committee. A letter dated the 23rd of January 2023 with reference KMC/HR/0015 addressed to Lamin Baji, Head of GIS, subject redeployment as Deputy Director of Services, in brackets, operations. It is signed by Demboja for Deputy Chief Executive Officer, and it is copied to Lord Mayor, Director of Finance, Director of Internal Audit, Director of Services, IT Manager. These documents are admitted in a bundle as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/LFB/KMC/001.
As the Commission pleases. Mr. Baji, could you kindly take us through your educational background?
I went to Kasakunda Primary. From there, I proceeded to Brikama Secondary School from 1990 to 94. From 94, I proceeded to Muslim up to 97. From there, I proceeded to GTTI, where I was there up till 2005. At GTTI, I did construction up to diploma and drafting. And from there, I was appointed at the KMC 1995. Up till 2011, I have the opportunity to travel to Taiwan, where I did my BSc in architectural planning. And in 2025, I came back. Then 2016, I have the opportunity also to did valuation with the Ministry of Lands at the Department of Lands and Surveys for 6 months. And also in 2018, 2019, I did a training with the same ministry for 4 to 6 months, this time on GIS, on the UNOPS projects. And also in 2023, I went to Morocco to do my executive master's in construction management.
Thank you. Do you remember making a statement with the investigators of this commission?
Yes.
Now you'll be giving your statement. You can kindly go through it and confirm if that's the statement you made with the investigators. I understand you made 2 statements.
Yes.
Okay. Both statements will be given to you. You can kindly go through the contents of those statements.
Okay.
And confirm if those are the statements you made with the investigators.
Yeah, they are my statements.
Okay. And for the first statement, I understand there are some attachments.
Yes.
About 4 requests. Could you kindly detach those? Then when we get to those points, then you can probably tender them separately.
Yes, a mistake. Yes, 2005. Madam Chair, Madam Council, I want to make small changes.
On which of the statements?
The first one, on the first paragraph.
Okay.
I joined council 2005 and not 2007.
Okay, you can scratch against the 7 and write 5. Madam Chair, the witness wished to make amendments on his statement. The second line of his statement stating 2007 stated it's 2005 instead of 2007.
Granted.
Madam Chair, we apply to tender the statement of the witness, Mr. Lamin F. Baji, dated the 10th of July 2003, and the second statement dated the 19th day of September 2024 into evidence as an exhibit.
The witness statement dated the 10th of July 2023, made by the witness, Mr. Lamin F. Baji, and the additional witness statement made on the 19th of September 2024 are both admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and they are marked as LGC/LFB/KMC/002.
As the Commission pleases. Mr. Baji, in 2018, what position were you on? What position did you hold on, in 2018?
Deputy Director of Service.
As Deputy Director of Service, what was your responsibility?
When I was redeployed, I was not given any TOR, but the director told me that I'm redeployed to assist him on the department affairs.
Do you have people working under you? As
Yes.
in the ones you've been supervising, how many of them?
I have, under my department, we have some units, that is the Community Service Unit and the Environment Sanitation Unit by then. And both those units have supervisors. On the Environment Sanitation, it was 7 supervisors, and Community Service supervisor, they have a manager. But the Environment and Sanitation also have a manager who is directly under me.
So how many managers do you have directly under you?
I have 3 by then, because we have service also, we have a manager.
Now, do you eventually have a TOR to know your responsibilities, aside from supervising these managers?
I was not given a written TOR from council, but I was responsible for the staffs under the department and also supervising most of the department works.
So in your work as a supervisor, what exactly would you do with these managers, or what would they normally give you? How do they report to you? That's what I need to understand. I understand you don't have a written TOR, but what exactly have you been doing as Deputy Director of Service?
I do inform them that they should submit a weekly report and also a monthly report, which I also compile together to forward it to the director for our annual reports.
Great. So all these 3 managers have been submitting weekly and monthly reports to you?
Yes, but sometimes they do skip some weeks.
Pardon me?
I said yes, but sometimes, some weeks they do speak. There is no report.
There's no report.
Yeah, for some
and
weeks.
You have records of these reports, monthly reports and weekly reports from all these 3 managers?
Yes.
So you can, you'll be provided with a pen and a paper. You can note it down. We'll need these monthly and weekly reports from these 3 managers. Community Service Manager, Environment and Services.
Okay.
Mr. Baji, aside from the reports, what exactly would you do with them as well?
I also supervise the works at the backwater dump site.
Okay, so have you been having reports from these supervisions you've been doing from the backwater dump site?
Yes.
How were you going about it?
At the dump site also, there are supervisors who normally report to me weekly.
Okay. Yeah. How do they report to you? What exactly would they report to you? Were they also doing weekly reports or monthly reports?
They are giving me weekly reports.
And that's all?
Yeah, but for me also, I do visit the dump site time to time.
And you collect revenues from them as well?
In 2018, there was no revenue at the dump site.
No, up to the time. You added that you also visit the dump site.
Yes.
Oh, that is not of recent. It's from 2018.
Yeah, that was from 2018.
Okay. Yeah. So up to date, you do visit the dump site, or till what time?
No, up till 2020, before I was redeployed back to planning, I do go to the dump site.
Okay, 2020 they were selling tickets.
Yes.
And they've made mention of your name that you're one of the people that will collect revenue from them.
Yes, that's true.
So when you collect these revenues from them, what would you do with it?
I took it to the council and submitted there.
And you have records of your submission, or what you receive from them, and also how you do your submissions?
Well, I collect the tickets from the accountant at the council, then give it to them, then in the evening I will go and collect the money, and the following day I will bank it at the council.
So what work manual will you use? So how do we know how much ticket books you receive from council finance department, and how much do you give each of the ticket sellers, and what will you return? So there has to be some transparency, there has to be something, some sort of records. And once you're dealing with cash, you should have a cash book.
I don't have any cash book, to be
You were
honest
not
with you.
operating like that.
I don't have a cash book, but at the accounts level, they have a cash book where they record all the tickets that were given to me.
Okay.
Yeah, and if I go back with the duplicates of the tickets, and all the receipt that were provided to me. Also, the duplicates of the ticket is the ticket that is normally sold is written on the ticket my receipt book.
That's how you run the account.
Yeah, because that by then we were on a pilot. It was for only 3 months. After which, from the pilot, I wrote my report that it's time for us to get a ticket seller. So that's the time they get a ticket seller, and I was out of the pilot.
So whilst piloting, you were writing report, or you just wrote a report once?
No, during that period, I don't think I have any report.
But you just mentioned that you wrote a report.
Maybe that's a mistake, because during the pilot, I cannot remember giving any report to the director.
No, you said at the end of the pilot, you wrote a report to recommend.
It was verbal. I reported to the director that I think it's high time for us to get a ticket seller, because we make our pilot and we found that things are working fine, so we should get a ticket seller.
So who did you report to verbally?
My director.
That's your reporting mechanism with you and the director, or that's just for
No,
the
just
side?
for the pilot, because for us, we have all records at the services department.
All right. So as a deputy, how do you report to your director?
Sometimes I wrote to him, sometimes we will just talk in the phone.
So how would we know? Now you can sit here and say, I report to him verbally. He can come here and say you did not report. So why would you think it was okay to be reporting verbally?
No, that is not correct to report verbally, but that's the honest thing I did.
That's the honest thing.
Yeah.
Okay, now the other reports that you've been writing, you can note it down.
Okay.
From 2018.
Okay.
You can provide those reports.
It's noted.
As
it's already
head of, no? That's different from the weekly and the monthly you've been receiving from the managers.
Okay. Okay. This one is because for the director, I gave him the yearly report.
I beg your pardon. For the director, you do what?
If I collect these monthly and weekly reports, I will compile everything and produce sometimes quarterly report with a weekly, yearly report for the director.
Okay.
Yes.
So since you have this weekly and monthly, you should provide. Now, you should provide your own yearly report that you've been submitting.
Okay.
If I may ask, a report on what? Is it just only the works of the managers?
Like?
The report, the yearly report that you've been preparing and giving it to your director. Does it only include the weekly and the monthly report of the managers you've been supervising?
It's not, because I also deal with the disciplinary of the laborers that we have. If we have any complaints from them, we do write to the CEO for action to be taken.
The committee.
To the CEO, I do a recommendation to the CEO. The CEO will do the necessary actions.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
but for us, we send our memos to the CEO.
The minutes of the committee meetings.
I'm not saying that. Maybe you are not getting me.
Yes, please. Could you speak?
I'm saying at the Environment Sanitation Unit, we have daily paid laborers, which if there is a report that those laborers have done something, I will write a warning letter and submit it to the CEO for action to be taken.
Okay.
Yes.
So for environment and sanity, you said you have 7 supervisors.
Yes, which I can remember.
Okay. Do you know the number of staffs that you have there?
At the environment sanitation?
Uh-huh.
I cannot remember the actual figure, but it's up to 200 plus.
And they're all under?
Environment and sanitation.
Okay. So, aside from reporting or writing warning letters and sending it to the CEO, what other work do you do with the environment and sanity?
I do supervise also their daily work, whether the streets are clean, the markets, etc.
And do you prepare a report for such?
Yes.
You can note it down. So you do these reports every day? You said daily. So how often do you write these reports?
I'm going to say daily. What I said the supervisors and the managers will give me a weekly report
of this,
of all the activities done. Then that weekly report, I will compile a quarterly report and a yearly report for the director.
Okay.
So
yes. Aside from doing that, and aside from writing recommendations for punishment, what else do you do?
This is what I'm saying. I also supervise the backwater dump site, the activities going at the backwater dump site.
Okay.
Yes.
Aside from giving tickets and taking revenue from the collectors, from the ticket sellers, what else do you do at the backwater dump site? So now this is 2 separate things. The one for these 3 communities and dump site. So now let's move to dump site.
Yes.
Aside from giving them ticket books and them submitting monies to you, what else do you do at the dump site?
I also write requests and forward it to the CEO for fuel to be produced so that the bulldozers at the dump site can be able to operate.
Okay, now going by your statement, you just made mention of these bulldozers. Where are these bulldozers from?
I think what I had, they are from Kanilai.
Yes, that's what you stated in your statement.
They are from Kanilai.
Do you have any idea how council got them from Kanilai to the dump site?
No.
So what sort of requests have you been making? Because I've seen a couple of requests attached to your statement.
It's fuel.
For the fuel.
It's for the fuel for their operations.
So to who and who have you been making, on who and whose behalf have you been making these fuel requests?
I made the request, then the director will endorse it and send to the records for the CEO's approval. From approval, it will send to procurement for normal procedures to be taken.
Have these normal procedures been taken?
Yes.
And for the dump site, who's responsible for the fuel that you've been making requests for?
By then, it was Mr. Kanjura. Kani.
What sort of requests have you been making for Mr. Kanjura Kani?
No, I don't make any requests for Kanjura. I made a request for the supply of fuel for those 2 bulldozers that are operating at the backwater dump site. But by then, Kanjura was assigned at the dump site as a dump site manager, so he was responsible for collecting the fuel at the stores.
As a dump site manager?
Yes.
Now, do you have records of fuel requests you've been making for the backwater dump site?
Yes, I have the requests.
You have all the requests?
Yes.
Do you have any with you, or have you been making anything?
The fuel is normally requested every 2 weeks, not daily. It's every 2 weeks. When there is no fuel, then you will be alert. I will be alert so that I make another request.
Okay, so you can provide us with the records of fuel requests that you've been making for backwater dump site.
Okay.
Now for bulldozer D8 and D9, you've made you stated in your statement that these bulldozers take 75 liters of fuel maximum. Sorry, minimum 75 liters, maximum 125 liters.
Yes.
How do you know?
We were advised by the mechanic.
Which mechanic?
Our council mechanic.
What is his name?
Buba Kujawe.
Okay. Aside from the...
Sorry, Council, I have... Mr. Baji?
Yes.
You said according to exhibit LGC/LFB/KMC/001, your redeployment as head of GIS team.
Yes.
This was effective 2nd of November 2020, correct?
Yes.
Now, before 2nd of November 2020, where were you?
At the service department.
As what?
Deputy director.
Deputy Director of Services.
Yes.
Now, the procurement of these bulldozers from Kanilai, did it find you on the ground?
I was with council.
Under which department?
The service department.
So it would be correct to say that you were aware of how the bulldozers came from Kanilai to KMC?
No, I'm not aware how they came, but because I know that I was told that they went for the 2 bulldozers, because by then we were renting. So they told us that Kanjura was supposed to go and bring 2 bulldozers from Kanilai, but how they came, I cannot explain anything. No.
But who was your head of department as at that time?
The director of service?
Yes.
Is Sanyang, Lamin Sanyang.
Lamin?
Sanyang.
Is he still working with the KMC?
Yes.
Lamin Sanyang?
Lamin S. Sanyang.
Lamin S. Sanyang?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Councillor, you may proceed.
Thank you. Now we move to as head of GIS,
yes.
Geographical Information System.
Yes.
So as head of GIS, what was your role?
As head of GIS, we wanted to correct data for the council because council realized that there is no data for rates, license, and markets. So this is why the unit was created.
When was this?
This is 2020, after we completed our training with UNOPS.
And the data, they ended up creating the data?
We've started, but still is on progress. It's not completed.
Now, could you at least give us, you said you've started, but it's not
Yes,
completed. So
yes.
now at least give us what exactly you've started, what you've worked on, and what is to be expected.
Under that part, first we've just make a concept note on how to work. Then we've got our work program for the year 2021, because by then 2020 was already gone. So after getting that, we were able to get the drone image of council from where we trace all the properties in council, and also we get we've got we have already got the footprints of the buildings within the council, So as of now, we are linking the postcode that was done through the Ministry of Information in collaboration with the council to link these postcodes with the properties. And also, for now, we have a project with Access University to conduct this survey so that we will get a correct data for all the properties that are registered in council. Because we learned that according to rates, some of the properties are duplicated. So as of now, this is where we are. But the project will kickstart in January 2025, the data collection program. So as of now, we are in the preparation stage.
Sorry, Mr. Baji, you said 2020 what?
2025, the data collection will be started. Now we are on the preparation.
2005 or 2025?
Sorry, 2025.
2025.
Yeah?
2025.
It's still ongoing, but
it's
it will
ongoing.
start in 2025.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So when did the data collection start?
It will start 2025.
Okay, the data collection will start.
Yeah, now we are on the preparation.
But then, was there any project implemented before then? Is there any ongoing project?
That was the problem, because when we made our budget, is at the approval stage, GIS, there is no budget, so we couldn't do all the plans we have for the year.
No, what I mean is,
yes.
Was there a distinct project that the indexing of the properties in?
Yes, that was through Ministry of Information. That's the PLOS code.
That's the PLOS code. Okay.
The PLOS code. We were collaborating with the Ministry of Information.
So those are the ones that provided the
PLOS codes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So was it an exhaustive, this is how to call it, exercise?
No, it was a project.
Yes.
Months.
When did the project start?
2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it ended when?
22. Yeah, it's 1 year, some months.
So what was the target of the project?
For the Ministry of Information, they wanted to tag all the compounds with PLOS codes for easy identification. Yeah.
Yes.
So we use that opportunity to link with our rates unit so that we also will know which compound is in the system and which compound is not in the system.
So now, was the project in a position to obtain its objective in identifying all the properties in the...
Well, I can say yes, because as of now, we have already linked almost 15,000 properties, but it's ongoing, it's not yet completed.
It's ongoing.
Yeah.
And you are still working with the Department of Information?
Ministry of Information?
Yes.
No, for them, after the project, it's council now which is working, that is the GIS unit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you've just told the Commission that the GIS unit is not funded properly to conduct the activity.
Yeah, that was 2020.
So, but now it's fully funded.
Now we have a project with Access that is sponsoring these activities that we are doing.
Okay. And who is the head of the project?
I am the vocal person of the project, but the consultant is from Taiwan. Yeah.
Can you provide us with the documentation of the project so we see what is happening with the project?
Okay.
So please note that. Is it also your responsibility to archive the data and to catalog, to do the cataloging in the system?
Yes.
It's part of your responsibility.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what that entails?
No, for now, we haven't got any data. This is why we wanted to get a correct data, because when we started the GIS, there was no data. The only data that was available then was the rates.
Is the data just limited to properties, or the data is general?
Our target is not for only rates. Yeah. After completing rates, we wanted to go to license so that we know how many businesses are existing in KM And from there, we will proceed to market also.
Okay, so
Yeah.
part of your responsibility is to make sure that you have the
Correct
global,
data.
the global data
For the council.
for the council.
Yes.
And you just started for the properties. You've not yet gone to license and to the market.
Markets, yeah.
Council, you may proceed. Sorry, he has a question.
Mr. Sanya.
Mr. Baji.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Mr. Baji, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
This GIS map you are trying to produce, what is going to be the difference between the GIS map and the cadastral maps that are already in existence? What's the difference?
There is no difference because we are working in collaboration with fiscal planning and Department of Lands.
Okay.
Yeah.
My point is, I'm a bit surprised when you said that there was no data. There is enough data, and there is data for all the properties in KMC, how many buildings are there, what are the measurements of the plots, and everything. It's available locally. And within this data I am telling you, you can identify where all the businesses are.
For us as a council, we wrote to the ministry for this data, but we couldn't get.
Let me give an example. For example, at BCC, within the flip of a button, you can know how many electrical poles are there. The data is there. The data is should be at KMC. It's at the physical planning. And all this information is there. It is to scale. There is some 1:2500, there is 1:1250, there is 1:500. All this is available. I'm not sure why do you not seeing it.
I'm not denying, but for us, we haven't found any data.
Did you attempt to look for the data from physical planning? And
yes.
I know they have it. They even have the aerial photographs where you can download and get the information.
We went to fiscal planning, that's what I'm saying. From fiscal planning, we got some of the information and we trace it so that we can get an update.
Good.
Yes. So that is what we are working.
It could have been taken, it could have taken a shorter time. If you were in for it, within 4 months, you can have all the data in KMC. And it should go, that's going to be your property. Rather than waiting for the GIS system, you put a project, who works in it, there are capacity gaps, there is funding gaps, data is available.
The data is not available, Council. If the data was there, we should have not gone.
I'm not council.
Mr. Budget, he
Yes.
is not council, he is commissioner.
Commissioner, sorry.
Now,
thank you.
So the physical planning and the departments of lands and service are saying that the data is no more available.
I'm not saying they said there is no more available. The data we have from them, this is what we were working, so that, because for them, they have old maps, which some of these new properties are not captured. So this is why I said, from what we have from them, we also want to update it so that we can get all the properties within KM.
I agree. That was the simplest explanation you have made.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry. Mr. Baji, you stated in your statement that with the help from the security forces, you cleaned the community gutters. How were you doing that?
That one we normally write to the security forces for assistance. So when we wrote to them, they will respond positively.
Considering you have environment and sanity community, and you made mention of the number of people that are there and that you have 7 supervisors, you still need a helping hand from the security forces.
Yes.
And then you will later make requests for funds from council.
Yes.
To pay the security and
no, we don't pay the security people.
Who do you pay?
We normally buy logistics for them. That is, we buy fuel and we also give them breakfast and water, but we don't pay them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you been keeping records of these activities?
Yes.
You can write it down. And you said you've been retiring funds of what you've been requesting to take care of the welfare of the security forces?
Pardon?
You've been requesting.
Yes.
We need the records of the retirement of funds that you've been.
Okay.
Now, we will now go back to the dump site. Aside from the ticket sellers, from who and who have you been receiving revenue from?
Only the ticket sellers.
No, but we have Mr. Jonga, Omar Jonga.
Yes.
And we also have Kemo Fati, who made it clear that they've been giving funds to you.
Kemo never give me money.
Okay.
Neither Jonga. I do give money to Jonga, but they don't give me money.
So how do we clear that out? Because you clearly don't have records of these funds that you've been receiving from ticket sellers.
I have my receipts that I deposited to Jonga. I have all with me.
Okay.
Yes.
So how about Kemo?
Kemo never give me any money, and I never took money from Kemo.
But Kemo has been collecting revenue from, in fact, he reports to you.
Kemo
well.
don't report to me.
Aside from the supervisors at the dump site, he made it clear that he has been giving monies to you and the supervisors have been giving monies to you.
Can he provide evidence for that? Because Kemo reports to the project manager, that is Mr. Singate. Kemo never report to me.
He made mention of you, Mr. Singate, and one other.
I couldn't remember any day Kemo give me money.
And it's clear to you that they do not have cash book or any form of records keeping as to these cash that they've been collecting and giving it to you.
As I said, Kemo never give me any money, but all the monies that have been collected at the dump site are deposited, and I have the receipts with me.
Okay, you can provide the receipts, because we will find it very difficult that you have not been keeping records from whatever you're receiving from these ticket sellers. So it's how much you've been receiving versus how much you've been submitting.
All those records are with Jonga. As I said before, Jonga normally writes everything that he gives me.
Okay, so you only have the receipts?
I have the receipts with the tickets on it and the amount deposited.
Can we please take a look at the receipts that you're having?
You have been working with the ballot unit.
Confirm that you've been taking monies from Jonga.
No, I don't take monies from Jonga.
Monies to Jonga of the dump site supposed to happen?
No.
How do you keep track of how much money was made out of it if they were not keeping records?
Yeah, that one, all the duplicates are given back to me, and I will return it to the council.
Okay, but now how do they run the account if they were not keeping cash books?
This is what I'm
if
saying.
They were not keeping records.
This is what I'm saying. There was no record because I gave them, they will sell it and give me back the duplicates.
Then you were not doing part of your responsibility properly. Do you agree?
As I said before, I did, because for me it was a pilot. So I felt that what was important is for me to collect what the money they have and bank it and get my receipt, because I'm the guy taking the money from them. So,
but you think it wasn't fair for them to note down how much they were giving you, or for you to note down how much they were giving you, because it's for you to go and submit back that money. So if they've been giving you, let's say 10,000, and you've been submitting 5 or 7,000, how do we know? Because you were not keeping records.
For me,
as much as it was a pilot, the first thing you should know was to keep a cash book, no? Or records.
For me, I told you, the cash book was with Jonga, it's not with me. So for them, they should also get their own.
Why didn't you advise?
I think what council is trying to find out from you is the fact that you receive cash from collectors without recording it anywhere and transmitting the money to Mr. Jonga. How would you do the reconciliation? It is what you present to Mr. Jonga that is what Mr. Jonga is going to enter in his cash book. So he is trying to put to you whether it was prudent for you not to have maintained some sort of record as to how much you are receiving from each collector. Because you recall that you know better than I do that they collect revenue on different distant categories. They collect revenue for different categories from $50 is up to $250.
Yes.
You know, and different categories of people that come in to dump with different vehicles. So for somebody to appreciate how much has been given to you, because these collectors, they collect per day, and you come the next day to collect that revenue that has been collected for onward transmission to Mr. Jonga, for him to give you a receipt. So from these receipts, it will be very difficult for us to understand, you understand, whether you collected from 5 collectors or from 2 collectors, and how much is the total that you have collected from each particular collector. Because it's nowhere written. It's just a receipt that we have seen, a treasury receipt. Unless, you understand, there is a proper reconciliation done, we would not be able to see, you understand, the cash in transit, what happens to it.
For me, if I collect any receipt...
Because you are the one
I'm coming.
That is handling the cash in transit. Is that
I'm coming.
Correct?
I'm coming, yes.
No, I just want to be clear so that when you explain, we will understand more.
Yes.
Yes.
Whenever I collect tickets from Jonga, I do sign from Jonga.
Yes.
The number of tickets collected from him.
Okay.
So those tickets will be given to the police.
Okay.
Because by then we don't have any ticket seller at the dump site during that period. So after 3 weeks, they brought in Usman Jase as a ticket seller. But he was not confirmed then by the council, neither been given a contract. So I feel that Jase is no more, he's not a staff yet, neither been given any contract. This is why I gave the tickets to the police. So it's the responsibility of the police also to book those tickets given to them. For me, I do make sure that the number of tickets given to them, I collect it from them.
Sorry, let me intervene here. As at that time, what were you? Are you a supervisor or what role?
No, by then I was the deputy director of service.
That you were deputy director of service. So how would it, if for example, how do you do the reconciliation? You, the deputy director of services, you collect the receipt books from Mr. Jonga and you sign for them.
Yes.
From the CRBR, right?
No. Jonga has his own cash book.
His own, where you sign for this receipt?
For these tickets.
For these tickets.
Yes.
Now, how do you do the reconciliation between the security, yourself and Mr. Jonga?
For the securities, if I go there, they count the money, give them with the duplicates, because all the tickets have duplicates. Okay. They will give it to me with the monies.
So you cross-check?
Before leaving.
So you cross-check that before you...
With them.
Yes, before you take the money.
Before I took the money.
And you will take the books also back to Mr. Jonga.
Back to Mr. Jonga.
For him to do the reconciliation.
For him to do it. This is why he normally took all the books that I returned to him.
Does he make reference on that receipt?
Yeah, the numbers are there, ticket numbers are there.
For the ticket books?
Yes, their numbers are there.
For those particular receipts?
Yes.
So please do a cover note as she has requested.
Okay.
And we will be able to have clarity as to what those receipts are all about.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Council, you may proceed.
Mr. Baji, like I was saying, there was no proper accounting system. That is why there was some shortages at the Bakote dump site.
During my time, I don't think there is any shortages because all the monies I receive are deposited and I have the receipts with me, bearing the ticket numbers on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now we can move to the next issue on your second statement. That's the third paragraph. We've noticed
Sorry, Council, before you go to the next statement, I have a question for the first statement. Your last paragraph on the first statement, which is dated the 10th of July 2023,
yes.
You have indicated that you understand that the minimum daily fuel supply was, for each bulldozer, was 75 liters. And it could go up to 125, correct?
Yes.
And that you don't know that Mr. Kanye is supplied in bulk, and you are not aware of that transaction.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Now, being the Deputy Director of Services, how is it possible that you don't know exactly how much fuel these bulldozers use? Because what you have indicated in your statement is a variation. You said from 75 to 125. So at what point do you supply the bulldozer 125 liters? What would be the situation or the occasion that you will have to supply up to 125 liters?
We are always advised by the mechanic.
The mechanic? Who is
yes.
the mechanic?
I said Buba.
Buba
Kujabi.
Buba Kujabi.
Yes.
So he advises you. Does he do this?
Does he?
Through writing? Does he do this advice?
No, the mechanic cannot write.
Huh?
He is not educated. He cannot write.
So he just tells you that today this is how much you need, and that is how much you will.
No. I think you are misunderstanding. When the bulldozers,
you want to understand how
when the bulldozers came,
yes,
he make the inspection of the bulldozers.
Is he a staff?
Yes, he's a staff. He's a staff. So that's the time we were advised that the maximum liters that the bulldozer should take was 200. But we told them that council cannot provide that. We cannot give 200 per day. We don't have that capacity to do that. So that's the time he advised us that any day the bulldozers are working, minimum we should give them 75 liters. We should not go less than that, because if not, the machine will get a problem.
All right.
Yes.
Now, for the issue of the bulldozers, are they purchased by the council or are they hired?
For these two bulldozers?
Yes.
They are not purchased. I said they were brought from Kanilai.
So are they still the ones that are being used at the dump site?
No. Because
where are they now?
One is still standing there, it's not working. The other one, I don't know where it is.
All right. Yeah. So currently, the bulldozers that are being used at the dump site, are they purchased by the council or are they hired?
Currently, it's hired. It's on contract. Okay. Yeah.
Do you know how much is paid per bulldozer per day?
No.
You don't know?
No.
Thank you. Yes, council, you may proceed.
Thank you. Mr. Baji, I understand that there are some vouchers paid to you as an impress.
Yes.
What were the procedures that you followed, if any?
For the impress? Can you repeat your question, ma?
The impress.
Yes.
There are some vouchers. I'll just take you through. It's already in your statement, third paragraph, second statement, third paragraph. Do you have a copy of your statement? Okay. PV 190904, dated 5th day of November 2019. amount 5,000. PV 200873 dated 26 June 2020, amount 15,720. PV 211287 dated 2021, amount 63,000. PV 1418 dated 5th day of October 2020, total 48,980. PV 1485 dated 13th October 2020, amount 41,440, and PV 201085 dated 29th day of July 2020, amount 20,000. The Deputy Director. So now, what procedures do you follow?
Yeah, requests are made to the CEO, who will forward this. If approved, it will be forwarded to the finance for payment. Then from there, you have to do the retirement.
And you did this request to the CEO?
Yes.
You have copies of these requests for all of these?
Yes.
Payment vouchers?
Yes, I can produce them. They are not with me, but I can provide them.
Kindly provide the payment voucher, sorry, the impress and the applications, sorry, the request made for all of these payment vouchers that I stated earlier.
Okay.
And have you made
and
retirement?
Also, sorry, and also provide the retirement of this, because you have said these are cash impress that is paid to you, right?
Yes.
So you provide us the retirement of the...
Then the retirement after check, because the retirements were all sent to the office of the CEO.
Yes, but these are impress that was given to you. So after the transaction, you should retire.
Okay,
so
I will check for the. I will check for the photocopies.
There should be some
because I do get photocopies. I will check for those. But yes, for the originals, they are all sent to the CEO's office.
Yes, we just want to see the transactions of the vouchers and the retirement, because they are impress.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Council, you may proceed.
You've noted down the retirements?
Yeah, it's noted.
Okay, that's fine. That will be all from my end. Lead counsel have a few questions for you.
Yes, you had said that you do not keep records with respect to the monies you collect from the collectors at the domicile?
Pardon?
You had told the commission that you don't keep records of the monies you collect from these collectors at the domicile. Is that correct?
No, what I said was that any tickets that I took from Jonga is being recorded.
Any ticket that you?
I took from Jonga.
How about the monies you will take from these collectors?
The monies that I took from the collectors also, all the receipts are here.
Do you record? Do you have records of these collections, the time, the individuals you have collected these monies from?
Yeah, that's my evidence.
Do you issue them receipts?
Huh?
Do you issue them receipts?
No, I give them tickets.
Yes, but when you collect the money from them, do you issue them receipts?
The receipts are mine. The receipt book to give it to them.
Do you know what the law says about someone who wants to have dealings with cash, the financial manual?
No.
Are you familiar?
No.
It's your role to collect revenue.
We were piloting and I was given
it's your role to collect revenue.
It's not my role to collect revenue, but we were piloting and the mandate was given to me by council.
Where's the evidence?
Pardon?
You have evidence that you were given the money to collect revenue?
Yes.
To collect physical cash?
To do the pilot at the Bakado Dam site.
What pilot are you talking about?
As I said before we started the revenue collection at the Bakado Dam site, it was never introduced at the dam site. So in
Did the council mandate you to collect revenue?
They give in that pilot, yes.
In that pilot program, you were mandated to collect revenue.
They said it's the service department that should be responsible for this piloting.
Yes.
Yes.
And so?
And so a resolution was passed.
And which is in your capacity as deputy, is it deputy director of services?
They didn't say that.
What was the capacity then during the pilot?
This is what I'm saying, because by then I was responsible for supervising the backward dump site. So this is why I took the receipt.
Who gave you the authority to be collecting money from the collectors?
Nobody gave me the authority. It's the council that give the resolution for us as a service department to do the pilot for this transaction to be done at the backward dump site.
What does this pilot entail?
Because we have never collected any revenue at the backward dump site.
Yes.
So we want to get a clue whether it will work or not.
So that means you'll flout all the rules during this pilot process?
Pardon?
It means you'll flout all the rules during this pilot process?
To my understanding, we have done almost 95% of the rules.
So because it is pilot process, you don't have to follow rules?
We did follow the rules.
You are not mandated to collect money. It's not your job to collect money. Do you agree with that? First, we agree with that, and then we move on.
Because if
you
you
have
say
no business collecting money.
Pardon?
You had no business to collect money from the collectors. Do you agree with that?
No.
You don't agree with that?
Because the council said the service department should do the piloting. This is why we did the piloting.
Have the structure with respect to who should do what. If it says the service department must collect revenue, it did not say that you will have to collect the money directly from the collectors. Did it say that?
Yes, it didn't say that, but I'm the person who gave them the receipt. So
yes.
It's me who should collect it and take it back.
Yes, so it did not say that. Now, let me ask that you be given the financial manual with regards to whosoever has access to monies of council or revenue. Mm-hmm. Page 61. Mm-hmm. And I will ask that you be given the resolution as well. General Council Resolution, 31st May 2018.
Okay.
Before you read that, may I ask that you be given this resolution. Is that the resolution you are referring to? Is that the resolution you are referring to?
No.
Mr. Baji?
No.
This is not the one?
No, this is not the one.
Because that one is not favorable.
No.
So which one are you referring to?
Maybe you can give me a chance so that I can go and produce it.
And produce the
resolution that I'm referring to.
Which says what?
Which says that the service department should do a pilot at the backward dump site to do the ticketing system.
Yes. Mr. Baji.
Yes.
But you in particular, did the resolution mention your name?
It says the service department.
I'm asking you a direct question. Did it say that you yourself should be involved in collecting revenue?
No.
You have a TOR as per your employment?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Do you want to read it for everyone to see what your job entails?
When I was employed.
Yes.
I was employed as a project supervisor.
Yes.
Then rose to up to where I am.
Yes.
But when I was redeployed to the service.
Deployment as Deputy Director of Services.
Yes.
Do you want to see your TOR?
Yes.
Can you please read your TOR?
This is 2023, not 2018. Redeployment as Deputy Director of Services Operation.
Do you have a different TOR in 2018?
This is what I'm saying. On the 2018, I made it clear that I was redeployed to Service Department, but without a TOR.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you don't have a TOR, but now you see the TOR of that particular portfolio.
Yes. But by then, the pilot have already been done.
Yes, but the pilot did not say, nowhere, in fact, it makes it worse. Nowhere did it say that you can be going to the dump site and collecting money.
I agree on that, but
and you agree is wrong.
I agree on that the pilot didn't say that I should collect revenues.
Then why?
But I told you that the resolution says the service department should do the.
Why were you collecting money specifically?
Why?
Why are you collecting money from the collectors directly?
Because I am the one who took the receipts to the dump site.
That does not authorize you to collect money. Now read on page 61, which talks about the subsidiary cash book. You will know what it takes.
Page
61 of the financial manual. Are you there?
Yes.
Please read it.
This is the cash book to be used by employees charged with the receipt. Pardon?
I said, go ahead, sir.
And whom are required to make logment to the main cash book at the council headquarters. In it is recorded in serial numbers, ordered and receipt, ticket, license, etc., and the amount received from the public on the day of receipt. It says 1, the appropriate standard receipt book, license, tickets, or order approved from serially numbered must be used by the account clerk charged with the receipt of the council's fund.
So you see, it's very clear that for anyone who deals with revenue collection must have a cash book.
Yes.
Where is your cash book?
I don't have any cash book.
Why would you have a cash book?
This is what I'm telling you. At the record, at the clerk's office, I do sign. But at the dump site, I don't have any cash book.
That is not the question. You decided to have the duty to go and collect revenue.
Yes. I know this. I'm not the one who decided.
Who instructed you to collect revenue?
We were given a resolution to do a pilot.
Specifically talking to you. Who instructed you to go and collect revenue from the collectors?
No, physically nobody instructed me.
Now where is your cash book?
I don't have any cash book.
How can you now render a proper account of these monies you collect? You do not give the collectors receipt. You don't. They testified and they said that you don't give them receipt.
I agree. I don't give them any receipts.
That's fraudulent.
But whenever I collect monies from them and it's bank, I have my receipts.
Now how would we know that the amount you have collected is the amount you have deposited?
That is on the duplicates of the receipts and is all recorded on the receipts.
No. You have to, the receipts must form part of the cash book. The transactions must form part of the cash book.
Those transactions are with Jonga. Everything is written.
See, Jonga has discrepancies. And he gave evidence.
How?
He said what he will write is what you will give him.
That's left to him. But for me, whatever I receive from Jonga is receipted, and all those dates.
Not true. That's not true. And don't say it's left to him. Because if you had done what you're supposed to do, then it can easily be accounted for. If you had kept a cash book to clearly maintain the records, right from inception, where you are taking these monies, from the collectors that you are taking the monies from, then we can say that the monies you collect is the same amount you have accounted for.
As I said before.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So failure to do that will provide or have a hole in the process. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So you can't come and sit down here and start telling us that you have receipts.
As I said, let me comment. I told you whatever I received from Jonga is recorded, and I signed.
That is not the question. That is not the issue.
What is the issue?
The issue here is when you are taking physical cash from the collectors.
Yes.
You do not have any accounting system at that level.
Yes.
You take money from them. For instance, if you take $20,000 from them,
yes,
from any collector,
yes,
you don't even give them a receipt. You don't sign any document. And they had complained this. They had said this in the commission.
Yes.
So now when you take the amount and go to Jonga, Jonga had no idea how much you've collected.
But the receipts are here.
No. Which receipts are you talking about?
Pardon?
Which receipts are you talking about?
That the monies I collected are all deposited.
From?
From the cashiers at the back of the dump site.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the level of the collectors. You know clearly what I'm talking about. These are receipts from who? Who gave you these receipts?
From council, from Jonga.
That's it.
Yes.
And the receipts are the monies you gave him.
Yes.
That's it.
With the duplicate of the ticket that were sent by the cashiers.
Would there be any variance?
I don't know.
You created loopholes. You went and collected money, knowing fully well that you have to keep a cash book for whatever purpose.
As I said,
you would not. So let me ask you: do you not know that you are supposed to issue them a receipt after collecting money from them?
No.
You don't know.
No, because
you don't know.
Answer.
Go ahead.
Because I felt that I'm the one who submitted the money, and in the receipt book, my name is there. This is why I kept the receipts.
And you were not aware of this provision in the financial manual?
No.
You were not?
No.
And whose fault is that?
That is my fault.
Yes, but it's intentional.
It's not intentional.
That is the problem.
No, it's not.
It is intentional.
It's not.
Because at your level, you are not working under the finance department.
That's true.
You know revenue collection is squarely the role of the finance unit.
Yes.
That is not your role.
But we were given the resolution to do the piloting.
And you repeatedly want people to believe that?
Well, I can produce the evidence of the resolution.
Saying?
Which says that the service department should do a pilot for certain period and hand over everything. Because we are responsible for the dump site.
Are you listening to yourself?
Yes.
Do you have a plan for the pilot program?
Plan for?
The pilot program, how you're going to execute this function?
Yes, we have.
You have a plan?
Yes, we have.
It's written?
Yes, it's written.
Can you produce it?
Yes.
Will that plan state how the revenue is going to be collected?
Well, maybe if I go to the plan, I can check, but we have a plan.
Did the plan state how the revenue is going to be collected?
I cannot ascertain as of now.
Will the plan indicate that you can also collect revenue?
No.
See, Mr. Baji.
Yes.
When you flout the rules, you just accept.
No. Where you want to take me, council, I cannot accept. Because we were given the mandate to do the pilot, which we did, after which we hand over everything to finance.
Honorable Chairperson, we will request that the witness provide these documents by tomorrow so that we can proceed with the witness regarding the resolution that you are referring to. And the plan, the work plan for the pilot by tomorrow.
Mr. Baji, so we will see you tomorrow.
Okay.
And thank you for coming. So please endeavor to bring the resolution that is authorizing the service department to do a pilot project at the dump site to collect tax, together with the plans, etc. Any other document related to the piloting of revenue collection at the dump site.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. So we may rise.
Madam Chair, we are done for the day.